Foster here for the Terry Foster podcast, joined by the Smack, Ryan.
What's up?
And andE.Lund.
Hello.
Now, fellas, we keep going back and forth on this Michigan State thing. I have a key question for you. Michigan State played the big game this weekend in the Big Ten against Ohio State and got their asses handed to them, 48-3, unless Ohio State scored again. Now, my question is simple. Do Michigan fans have the right to make fun of Michigan State fans after what we saw over the weekend? Michigan State was finally in the big game, at least wanted to make it close, but then that game was done in the second quarter. Do Michigan fans have that right to make fun of it?
Absolutely, positively, yes. You know, all I heard from Sparty, well, at least they didn't score 50 on us. At least they didn't score as much as Alabama did.
I mean, you have the right to make fun of anybody, I guess, when they get beat down that bad, right? But that's also kind of that's what you needed to make yourself feel better. Because we did lose to Michigan State, and I do remember that game. You know, yeah, it's funny they got the snot kicked out of them versus Ohio State, but I hate Ohio State. And guess what? I'd rather see Michigan State beat them. So I really, I kind of ignore it.
Here's what the Spartans are saying. You don't have a right to make fun of us because we beat you. I'm going to counter that. Back in the day when I was a youngster, and Michigan used to kick Michigan State's ass every year, it would be later in the season. Michigan would be down like 7-0 to Purdue with like 2 minutes into the game, and the Spartan fans were just livid. Oh, this is great. Look at Michigan sucks and blah, blah, blah. They would make fun of Michigan losing to Ohio State. They would make fun of Michigan losing a bowl game with all kinds of glee, even though Michigan would have beaten them. I say turnaround is fair play. Michigan fans have every right to make fun of Michigan State fans because when it was reversed, Michigan fans would say, oh, we would never resort to what Michigan State fans do to us. Well, they have. They become Michigan State fans, and they have that right to do that because they used to get poked around a lot themselves.
I mean, you're right. And the same with Ohio State fans. Everyone made fun of them last week when they got their ass handed to them against Iowa. So, yeah, it's funny, but you still in the back of your head, me as a Michigan fan, him going, yeah, we lost to the Spartans. We lost to Penn State. They both handled their business. So, yeah, I'm going to make fun of you to losing to Michigan or Ohio State, but you still beat us. And
now, if Michigan loses to Ohio State, let's say 27-24, and it's a hell of a game, are you going to be one of those Michigan fans that go around saying, Sparty, we're better than you.
Nope.
We only lost to Ohio State by 3 points. You got your butt handed to you by 45.
There's still an L there, and there's still a W, and that's it. No matter how you win or lose, you lose. And that's
sure. Now you got to promise now.
No, there are no style points.
No, I
promise. You don't get style points.
You either win or lose.
You either win or lose, and that's it.
Okay,
absolutely.
I absolutely hear you. But maybe this is just part of a rivalry. You make fun of your rivals and laugh at them and everything. But I kind of like seeing this. It's kind of nasty sometimes. It's not civil. Michigan fans are doing what they said they would never do. We're above Spartan fans. They're this, they're that, and everything. But they're doing the same thing that Spartan fans used to do.
And that right there, your comment, is exactly why I'm not being that guy of going, yeah, they got their ass kicked. Because I'm not piggybacking
let's
on
wait
that way.
And see
But wait a minute, but no one's above trolling. And that's basically what this is.
Well, you're absolutely right.
No one, likes to go around and say, oh, I'm above trolling. We don't troll other fan bases. That's beneath us. No, everybody trolls, and everybody, I troll once in a while.
Now, Smack, you're a big Michigan. Terry, what are you? You Michigan or Michigan State?
He's a state of Michigan.
I'm a state of Michigan fan.
So,
I like everybody to win.
So you would rather have, which I'm Michigan, but I would rather have the state of Michigan put a pounding to the state of Ohio anytime that happens.
I don't like Ohio State.
So I would rather have, honestly, would rather see Michigan State probably win. I really would have.
You would like to see Michigan
State. I hate Ohio State. I
Okay.
hate Ohio State.
See, I don't hate Ohio State. There's two teams that I hate.
We know one of them, right?
Notre Dame.
We got that one.
Oh, the other one is
Penn State.
Yeah.
I'm with you on those too.
Yeah. Because we all know what happened at Penn State.
So how can you not hate Ohio State? You live in the state of Michigan. and you're a Michigan fan, so you don't hate Ohio State.
I have friends who are Buckeye.
The tattoo bandits, I mean.
Well, that. I have good friends that are they're in Buckeye Nation, and
it's out of respect.
It's out of respect for them.
My neighbors are Buckeyes. Love them. They're my people. But I cannot put on an Ohio State shirt.
No, I would never put on an Ohio State shirt.
So you must hate them.
I had to let them know when I actually go into the state of Ohio.
You're wearing all your blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, the DK Broiler, this shows how things have changed down there. He went to the game. He had his little stupid Michigan State flags flying on his car. He said he got the one-finger salute so many times. Back in the day, Michigan State could go down there, and Ohio State people didn't care. They only hated Michigan, and they would give them the one-finger salute. Now, they're giving it to Michigan State people.
Now,
well, I mean, that was good. He only got the one-finger salute. I mean, there's cars getting keyed and, multiple tickets, by the Ohio State revenue officers.
Have you talked to him after the game?
I received a text from him. He's still alive. He made it back to the state of Michigan, so we're proud of him.
How long did it take for him to get the hell out of there? Did he stay the whole game?
He stayed the whole game.
Oh, wow.
He's a glutton for punishment. Now I have my Ohio State story. One time, Drew Sharp and I, we rented a car. No, we didn't. I think he drove or I drove or something like that because we had Michigan plates. So we're getting near campus, and so these students gather around the car, and they start kicking the car, and I'm like, y'all better get the fuck away from my car. What's wrong with y'all? I said, we're just here to work. I don't care about your stupid rivalry with Michigan, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I get out, and I got my fist clenched, like I'm going to do something, right? Yeah. And so then I look around. Drew's got his fence. I said, what are you going to do? He said, well, I didn't want that co-ed over there to kick your ass. I had to back you up a little bit. But, I was like, I'm not here to root for anybody. I'm here to cover a story. And during that same game, there was these two ladies, and they had to be pushing 80. They were 70-something. They were like 2 foot tall, white hair. The makeup was all smeared, looking real nasty and everything. Wrinkles coming out of wrinkles.
Pack of Marlboro cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They were smokers too.
No, they'd be Virginia
Slims.
They'd be Virginia Slim 120s.
Yeah, they had raspy voices, but they're standing by the players' entrance, like 2 foot tall. Every Michigan player, you MF, you go back to Michigan, you no good son of a bitch. I mean, they were just killing them.
And that's someone's grandma, right?
That's somebody's great grandma. We talk grandma. Oh, man. But I couldn't believe it. I said, I understand the fans are rough and everything, but these two little ladies, who you would think they would be nice and they would cook you meals or something and whatever. They had the foulest mouths, and the reason they were mad at these players because they played for Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Simple as that. Just nasty stuff.
Wow. I mean, that just basically encapsulates the old Ufer line: 78,000 truck drivers and 25,000 students.
Right now,
at a typical Ohio State game.
I have heard from some Buckeye fans. Now, you guys can testify to this. They said, we're tired of you making fun of us and saying that we're toothless.
Can't spell.
Can't spell. They're mean and everything. They said, we get the same stuff when we come up to East Lansing and Ann Arbor. People from Ann Arbor swear that's not the case. Now, are Michigan people rude to Ohio State fans? Testify.
I'll probably say, probably a little bit more rude to Ohio State for sure. I bet.
You've seen something then.
I mean, well,
not to the same extent as.
But are they rude to them? I didn't say to the same extent, but are they rude to them?
I look at verbally rude.
I was at a football game, and an Ohio State guy walks by me. I might chirp a little bit. Michigan State walks by me. I probably won't say a word. Ohio State, I'm probably going to let them know a little bit of something. I Ohio gets underneath my skin, man, and I'm gonna say something
Are you
anytime.
gonna stick your foot out and
Yeah,
trip the man?
throw my
Right.
chili dog out. I don't know. Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry.
My
Oop,
bad.
there he goes.
Just razzle them a little bit. Some good. Not be a prick about it. You can have good fun, good trash talk. And that's what
No,
I
if
do.
you're tripping somebody,
Well, I'm not
you're
gonna
being a
trip.
prick.
I'm not gonna trip them. I'm just gonna.
No, you said you were.
No, you said when I trip them. I said, "Oh, maybe throw a chili dog on them." But
That's a waste of a good chili dog.
right.
I
I would
good
just
$6
You know,
chili,
Michigan
chili
had the
dogs.
nastiest chili dogs in the world a few years ago.
at
Absolutely.
a Michigan tailgate. You're saying?
No.
No. Okay.
Michigan, the University
Okay,
of
okay.
Michigan, sold the nastiest chili dogs in the world. What they used to do, they had these hot dogs. They put them on the grill, and they would say they're chili dogs. You look at the dog and say, well, there's no chili on it. The chili was inside
No.
the
No.
hot
Oh
dog.
Yes.
no!
Yes.
They were so gross.
They were
Yeah.
serving
They were
7-Eleven hot dogs.
They were
at-
injected.
yeah, the 7. That's gross.
But it was neat. You didn't get chili all over you.
Yeah,
but
that's pretty
but
gross.
No.
Michigan had the worst concession. It's better now, but they had the worst concessions in the whole world.
I can attest to that.
A hot dog that squirts chili out.
Well, it
Basically.
didn't squirt it.
Well,
it was inside of
I
it.
take a bite, it's gonna squirt out basically. Or that's just gross to me.
No, it didn't squirt out. It just kind of oozed a little bit.
Did you? So you had?
I had
okay,
one,
Okay, one.
And that
One
was
was
it.
enough. One was enough.
and I was like, "Oh my god, this is
I
the worst
bailed
thing
after
I've ever had.
one too.
Well, you had one too.
Yeah.
All right.
I because out the two schools, I will give Michigan State props. Their concessions are great comparably to University of Michigan back in the day.
Any chance Michigan or Michigan State ever get alcohol in their stadium?
Yes, I think there's going to be a chance. It's going to happen one day. I know a lot of people say, nope, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. But sports is about making money. And you can maximize that. You know, TV, obviously, you get a lot of money, fans in the seat. But when you're charging $8-9 for a beer, that's a lot of
Oh
revenue.
yeah. And now, do every college in Michigan of Eastern and Central, they all come around the same time, or do you think one of them get in first? Like Michigan, all of a sudden Michigan starts.
Michigan's going to do it first.
Yeah.
Or Michigan State, and then the smaller schools will
Okay.
come through.
I think Michigan State would do
Like
it
a school
before.
like Eastern Michigan really needs alcohol. There's nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
They're not bringing in any revenue except I heard from Pepsi. They get most of their revenue from Pepsi. So they need to bring beer in there
Yeah.
to make some money.
Yeah. I mean,
But what do you say to the folks who say the kids shouldn't be drinking? Well, I mean, they do have ways of carding people.
well, yeah. I mean, it's the same with the
Yeah,
Lions, another
that's
sporting
right.
event. I mean,
At a Lions game, there's 13, 14-year-olds that go to the game and everything. You card them.
yeah.
You can do that in college, too.
I mean, that-
and I got news for you. At a college football game, a lot of the people are alumni, parents, older people, just fans of college football. They're not all college students.
And half of those kids or whoever were already outside tailgating, having a bunch of beers, and
Right.
I mean, so
And then they're going to the bar afterwards
Yeah.
and having some more beers.
yeah.
So don't tell me college students don't drink. My college student doesn't drink, but everybody else does drink.
Not a drop. No
Let
way.
me give you the list of bars in Santa Clara,
Yeah.
Palo Alto.
No. She claims she's not drinking. But let me tell you how goofy my kid is. On the same night Stanford plays Washington in football, do you know what she did? She went to a sporting event. Stanford against Cal Poly basketball.
Hey, now
Why in the world would you go to Cal Poly and Stanford in basketball when you have Stanford and Washington in football?
where are other friends going?
I don't know what they were doing.
I mean, maybe they were going to the basketball game. Basketball intrigues her more.
I guess so, but the weather was nice. It wasn't like it was
Okay.
30 below zero.
Yeah.
She decided she wanted to go to the basketball.
I mean,
Yeah, that was my first question. Is maybe because remember the fires are going on. Maybe she didn't want to be outside because of the wildfires and
wildfires have settled down. She says her eyes feel good. The wildfires, the smoke has kind of disappeared and everything. So she said it was a perfect evening. She decided to go to a basketball.
Now,
game.
is that work where they can just go to any game they want, or do they already have
They can go to any game they want.
students already get shots right away at tickets, or
Show them your card. You
really?
get in.
Damn,
Yep.
that's nice. All right, that's cool.
That's the way it
That's-
was at
yeah.
Central.
All right, that's sweet.
I mean, that's one of the few big schools that actually still does it like that.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Right.
It's a nice
So,
little perk right there.
Yep. So she can get dad in. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hurry up before the football season ends, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to thank you for listening to the Terry Foster podcast and at terryfoster.blog. And And we're going to be on iTunes soon. We got a
Yes.
letter from them saying, we're evaluating you right
Yes.
now. We're going to decide whether to put you on. Hopefully they'll do that.
Hopefully your story didn't ruin it, right?
Tim Cook, are you listening?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, he evaluates every single podcast.
He probably does.
Probably does. But also on terryfoster.blog, there's a donation button. I want to hook my guys up here, the Smack, Ryan, and E.Lund, a little money trying to, help these guys out for helping me out a little bit. So push the donation button, whatever you can afford. We'd appreciate it. Also, some of that money is going to go to Heart to Heart, which is a organization that feeds the homeless in downtown Detroit. They also give them gloves, hats, and I've donated blankets to them. So that's a real good thing to keep warm in the winter because it's a little bit cold out there right now. And also, my friend Melissa has the Enchanted Barn. And the Enchanted Barn, she saves all kinds of animals. She even had a three-legged llama. I don't know where she
Wow.
three-legged.
Wow.
Somebody cut the leg off or something.
That's-
But she saved the llama.
Maybe he had diabetes.
Maybe.
No matter what, llama saved. That's awesome.
Llama saved, and she has prosthetic legs for the animals that are three-legged or two-legged.
Like the technology we were talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, good.
But she also brings in inner-city kids and I don't know if they're prisoners or just
People
adults.
have a rough way a little bit
Have a
sometimes.
rough
People who
way.
are at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, at risk to come in and take care of the animals. And her
Cool.
philosophy is if you take care of an animal and feed it and love it and everything, you're less likely to be in front of a judge.
I like
that. We also are going to donate to her. That's called the Enchanted Barn. So it's a good cause.
Yeah.
Love Melissa. She's good people. So Terry Foster broadcast. They won, but it sure was nasty on Sunday in Detroit. The Detroit Lions beat the winless Cleveland Browns by 14 points, but it was back and forth the whole way. And the thing that I question about this town is why do we still give the Lions the benefit of the doubt? I mean, a lot of people saying, well, you should win this game. You should go 6-2 down the stretch. You should do this. The Lions, every game, no matter how bad or how good the team is, it's a coin flip. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. But the question now is that they got the Cleveland Browns out the way. They won the game, okay? But is this a sign of, man, you know what? This team is in trouble because if you got to squeak by this team, I don't care who you're playing. It's going to be a dogfight. Or do you still see the magic path to a division title?
I mean, the scary thing was that run defense was terrible for the Lions. They looked terrible.
I don't know why Cleveland stopped running the ball.
Keep giving it to Duke.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pounding down there.
Yep.
It's just don't want to say that same old Lions, but god dang it, man! It seems like every time we have a easy win or a game that you should easily wipe the board with somebody, they don't make it easy. Yeah, we won, and I'm not trying to complain about it, but you found a lot of flaws out. You did.
Let me give you a little bit of coach speak.
Okay.
There are no easy wins in the NFL. They get paid too. But yes, they should beat the Cleveland Browns, which they did this past Sunday. But the next two games will basically tell the tale of this season and this division for the Detroit Lions. This upcoming Sunday versus the Bears in Chicago, and the annual Thanksgiving Day matchup this year, it's the Minnesota Vikings for basically the NFC North division.
I mean, we did lose. There are no Ziggy Ansah for the game. That was huge. He's a big defensive guy,
Sure.
And the Bears. You just said those two next games. Bears do have a decent defense. So does that scare you with the Lions at all?
It does, because we don't know which Lions teams will show up.
Especially looking back and see what Bears
You
quarterback.
know what the key to the Lions game was Kaiser being out for Cleveland.
Yes.
Without him at quarterback, the Lions outscored Cleveland 21-0. And I don't know why it took him so long to bring him back in, because he was ready to go.
I actually thought the Lions' defensive backs played okay. It was the linebackers that gave up a lot of wiggle room and play during that game. It was everything up the middle. And that's why, if you notice, all of a sudden Davis and Whitehead started blitzing a lot up that middle, try to stop that. But Slay, DBs, they actually were playing.
Slay was good. Now,
Yeah.
you can argue maybe he could have been called for some pass interference, but they didn't call it.
Which is
I think he played a good, strong, physical game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is a mark of a better wide receiver, where he doesn't get all of those PI calls that the lesser known DBs would get.
Right. And we always talk about officials disrespecting the Lions. They probably do the same thing to the Cleveland Browns, because the Cleveland Browns are at a lower echelon than even the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a team where they had a good team and they left and went to Baltimore and won a ring. They had to put a little thorn in their side a little bit right there, huh? I mean that's the biggest kick in the mouth. The one chance that Cleveland maybe could have been good, they wrapped it up, left town, went to Baltimore and won a ring with that team.
Poor Cleveland.
Yeah, Ohio.
Cleveland's been pathetic until LeBron came along. And so it's going to go back to that when he leaves again.
Now, as being a Michigan fan and all that, what did you think about Peppers in that game at all?
This is a non-factor.
Yeah, did Peppers really make a huge mistake of leaving to go to the NFL early?
He's getting paid.
I mean, he's getting paid. He's the only free safety I've
he-
seen who goes that far back.
He was not going to be a good player no matter how long he stayed at Michigan. He had no position. He's an athlete he's a good defender in college. He would have had another tremendous college season, but he is not an NFL shutdown or anything type of defender.
I'm gonna agree and kind of disagree with you a little bit. I agree that it wouldn't matter, I guess, when he left. But I think the plays, a lot of times, is where you end up in. And I think Peppers is better at a linebacker position and would have been better with a different team than Cleveland. The minute he got drafted with Cleveland, I said, this dude has no chance
But
in the
you
NFL.
didn't know you were going to be drafted by
Well,
Cleveland.
no, I'm
He
totally
could still
I'm
be
with you.
drafted by Cleveland if he came
But
out next year.
You're right, but the minute I seen that he got drafted, I said, oh, yeah, whatever I think, because I was a huge Peppers fan, whatever I think, his career is going to get wrapped up in it. Because they already were saying safety, which I thought Peppers is a better linebacker. Just with his can't coverage skills at all. I mean,
I like him better at safety. I want him coming in just popping people.
but when
I don't think he's going to be a very effective linebacker.
when's really the last time we've seen Peppers really pop somebody?
Well, I don't watch the Cleveland Browns much.
But even
just to let you
at
know.
Michigan.
But I think I like him better at safety. He's
Okay.
a little guy.
Okay.
He's not big. Linebacker, he would get worn down.
Okay.
I remember Benny Blades, when he played here, they moved him from safety to linebacker. and he complained about how difficult it was because, and he's way bigger than Peppers, but he said he wasn't big enough to play that position. It really wore on him, and I think if you had Peppers at linebacker, he would eventually wear down quicker than he would than at safety.
I just think the talent in the NFL, the speed, the faster, it's his reacting ain't getting through that fast enough. So maybe the linebacker being closer up might help him. But no matter, I'm with you at the safety too, where he's a guy who's supposed to clean someone's clock like a Rod Woodson or a
All right,
Ronnie
bottom
Lott.
line, do you want him on your team?
If
You're
he-
the defensive coordinator in the NFL. Do you want Jarbill Peppers on
I would have
your
loved
team?
to take. I wouldn't have took him in the first round. Granted, they had what 2 or 3 picks. Cleveland did.
You would take him in the first round.
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh,
I took him in
okay.
the second
Thank
round.
you.
I would have. And I would have tried him more at linebacker first. I would have. So yes, me as a defensive a coach, I would have took him for sure.
You can have him.
Okay.
I don't know about the first round. Absolutely not. Second round, I would take
I
a
say
flyer.
no then.
Oh, you say
or
third?
fourth
I'll take
round.
him in a second.
Third or fourth.
All day in a second.
I think he's just going to be another guy.
Well, no, you're right. Well,
Well, I mean,
I
especially
could
now
take
in
another
Cleveland.
guy in the third round.
it was really crazy to hear that and see how far he is. The only free safety who plays that far back. Like he is.
25.
Yeah,
30
I mean,
yards
it's a
back.
mile back there because he knows that he cannot catch up to a guy in a fly route. So me, why not throw my curl routes on this guy all day?
All right. You're the coach.
No, I'm just
you
saying,
can have him.
I'm a Peppers fan, but he's one of those guys. I'm not going to call him a bust right away in the NFL, but he's one of those guys you're going. You could see.
He's
I wouldn't
just
say- I
going to
wouldn't
return
put-
punts for me, and he
Right.
didn't do that well.
I wouldn't put the bus label on him
Yet.
but it, like Terry says, it's just another guy, and you can get another guy anytime in the draft.
Yeah.
I think he could be an outstanding special teams guy,
And
that's about it.
And that's a 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. If you're looking at special team, right?
And those guys are valuable.
Oh,
They
yeah.
could change the field position. Mel Gray for the Lions was very,
One of
very
the best
valuable.
ever.
Yep. So there is some value there, but still, I can get that guy in the third round.
Why do you think that is? And I know it's just life, it's sports, it's the change that the guy who dominated in college goes over to, or the guys who dominate in college go over to the NFL, and a lot of them don't pan out. Sometimes it's the guy who was drafted in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round who do better than the first round guys. Why do you think that is?
I think sometimes guys are drafted because of names.
Yeah.
They're drafted because of the schools they go
Okay.
to.
Mhm.
They're drafted because their coordinators make them look good. Their
The system,
coordinators
yeah.
in college know what they can do and they can't do. And so they just make them, maybe they're great coaches, make
Okay.
them look real good.
Okay.
And then some guy from Bazooka State, who you never heard of, is drafted in the 5th round and becomes an all-pro
Richard Sherman,
player.
too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, 6th round guy who's
right.
one of the best shutdown corners. I mean,
Tom
not
Brady.
now with Tom Brady, there you go, too. I mean, they see something, right?
And some people say Richard Sherman is still a system guy. I'm just saying some people say, but he's still doing a damn good job.
Oh,
5th
yeah.
round.
Oh, yeah. Sherman. You see how that game, more Thursday night football game, guys getting hurt. I almost want to look at that stat, too, of all the guys this year who got hurt, how many end up on Thursday night football? How many of them injuries?
A lot of them.
A lot. It's stupid. Now I got to feel in the NFL, not next year. It may not be the year after, but soon Thursday night football will be gone.
I think they should go back to the way it was.
Yeah.
Don't start Thursday night football until after Thanksgiving.
And if you want to make that your only Thursday game, I'm okay with
yes.
that. There's two things in sports I can get rid of. I can do without. One is Thursday night football, and the other one is Tuesday and Wednesday night college football. When you look in the stands, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can get rid of some of the unwritten rules in baseball. Like you can't bunt to mess up a no-hitter. You do what you got to do.
Damn straight.
Particularly if it's a close game.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Do you guys enforce with the baseball stadiums putting the nets up for the foul balls?
I was against it, but now I'm for it now because people are really getting jacked
Yeah,
up.
they are. I mean, that ball comes
we,
cruising.
We have society now where people are not paying attention to the games. They're
But
getting hit.
no.
No. We gotta help people.
How many times have we seen someone not paying attention to basketball? That ball gets jacked.
But guess what? If you're at the game doing this
Yeah,
on your phone, you shouldn't be at the game.
I'm with you. But
A lot of people that go to baseball games, guess what, are not baseball fans. They're there because they're there with their honey.
Yeah. It's a
or they're
social
taking the
event.
kids out. Yeah, it's a social event.
little Timmy's sitting there
But
and watching the game,
everybody knows you watch the ball, you watch the action.
and well,
especially if you're down the lines.
But mom and dad just wanted to get out of the house, so they just let Timmy come to the game, and they're sitting there on their phone Googling and Facebook.
I will admit, going to some Tiger games, I'm not on my phone, but when I take my two kids, I'm distracted because they're talking about stuff. Yeah. Celine might see a friend up at, a couple rows ahead, or they're talking about food and stuff, and I get distracted sometimes just from their banter. I could have got popped in the head with a ball.
I mean, I don't.
And baseball, you could be looking down, keeping score too.
I mean, I don't want no goofy.
I know
either.
few people actually still do that, but
I mean, I really don't. I'm with you. I don't want a net. It's baseball. I don't know. I mean, I just pay attention to the game a little bit more.
But you can pay attention and still get hit.
Well, that ball comes rocketing, but
yeah, it's curving and diving and all that kind of stuff.
I mean,
get jacked up.
But we extend the nets. Then somebody gets hit outside the nets. We have to extend the net some more.
Some drunk climbs on the net and recline. You know what I mean? Honestly, gotta think of that too.
You can't out-engineer crazy, though. I mean,
no.
It's just seem they're trying to.
But people are getting seriously hurt now.
I get that.
Girl got killed in hockey. And they bitched about the nets, and now we don't even pay attention to the nets. They're just kind of there as just part of the framework. I would like to get a clear view of the field. That's the only thing. But we do have to protect people. We have a new society. We're not paying attention. We're distracted, not just by phones, but by other things. You might have a yapping wife or a yapping husband or something like that sitting next to you.
And everyone's...
Or all the stuff going on in the stadium. They're always playing some sort of stinger or bump over the loud system, or they have
chicken dance.
Some graphics going up on the big screen.
I don't know. I still look at that. If you were fully there, paying attention to the damn game, you wouldn't have got hit in the face with the ball. You'd see it coming. You can at least react. And that's the biggest thing now in society is that if something does happen to you at that game, you're the first one to call that. You've been through so much drama and so much pity party, and Jeffrey Feiger's coming there.
That ball does hurt when it hits.
Well, damn straight it is. But if she was paying attention and not looking at her phone, she wouldn't need to call Feiger. She would have been watching the ball.
But you could still be paying attention
and still get hit.
And you could be 3 beers in, and your reaction is way slowed down, and you get hit.
I don't know if I've seen any of these videos where a person really was just sitting there watching it and got pegged. Every video I've seen of even a basketball game, they've been sitting there dingle-dangling around. I still have the one at the basketball game with the two white ladies sitting there. Mm-hmm. It's a mom and a daughter. And then one pegs the mom in the face. Like you see the dad's an hour late with his hand over and just jacks the woman right in the face.
But the other thing, at a baseball game,
sorry
how big are those beers? You have one beer, that's like having 3. So that's going to slow down your reaction.
Yeah, whoa.
At Comerica Park, if you get a draft beer, those things are huge.
It's 24 ounce.
That's a lot of beer.
That's 2 beers.
Yeah, man.
That's 2 beers. That's 2 bottles of beer, brother.
And you drink it faster because...
It gets piss warm.
Yeah.
You chug the hell out of it. I'm with you about the safety. I felt bad for the little girl in New York who got beamed in the face. That's terrible. All right.
But you don't want to protect her.
Well, no, because I don't want a goofy net hanging up an hour over.
Right, but they're going to do it
away from?
Because people aren't going to go if the nets aren't there, if they know they can get hurt.
People still will go. That's just because what it does take.
Okay, all right. Forget the nets. Let's put a plexiglass.
I mean, yeah, the kids who go down to the field beforehand to get the autographs, how are they going to get those anymore? The net's sitting there.
You just open the net. Yeah. No, the net comes.
Slide it right through.
No. The net. You can pull it up.
You can pull the net up. They won't have that stitched down so drunks can crawl through underneath it.
You can still crawl on the field like a jerk.
And get chased around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Get arrested. That's what
Have
you want.
Ever in your day thought about that? Ever once before? I mean, thought about jumping on the field doing something goofy like that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I've always advocated. If you run out on the field, you should go away for a year.
Well, I've been hammered at a lot of baseball games, but no matter what, that.
But you know
never
what?
Crossed my mind.
Here's where I disagree with the ball clubs. If you're sitting in the front row and there's a ground ball and you reach out for it and you miss it and then fall out on the field, they still kick you out. Those people should not be kicked out of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you just fell on the field. So what?
What if you throw a ball back? Home run, and it's the away team, and you throw the ball back kind of like, F you!
Damn straight, throw that ball back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not, because, the back of the ticket says, like, if you do that, we can throw you out.
Yeah, but they know better than to do that because then the whole stadium would be pissed at.
Now, if they went and threw the ball back and beamed a player,
That's a different
No,
situation.
different. No, that's you want your home crowd making that other team feel like shit. So if it's throwing their home run back,
Well,
throw
yes,
the home run back.
yeah, it's a good rallying point too, especially after a home run because the whole crowd's like, "Yeah,
They
And-
fucking
Yeah.
scored on us. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
especially
you
with the
know what?
amount
If
of
a kid gets that ball, that kid shouldn't have to
to
throw it back out
right.
there.
I mean, especially with the amount of home runs the Tigers pitching has given up this season.
There you
Been
go.
quite a few. Do you see how Justin Upton was the Tigers' MVP this year and even traded? How was that?
I mean,
I have no problem with it. He
look at the year he had.
But he wasn't even
He wasn't here for 3/4 of the year. But that shows you how bad they were.
Yeah.
Who else you going to give it to?
Justin Ver." Oh, never mind.
You still
Who's your
happy about
Tiger?
him winning?
Honest. I don't know, man. I couldn't say McCann. I mean, I couldn't. And kid did play pretty good at catcher and turned it around a little bit. Wouldn't say Kinsler. Definitely wouldn't say Cabrera.
I thought
I
it was
don't know,
going to
man.
be Fulmer.
Fulmer was out hurt all year too.
Yeah, but couldn't be.
Norris didn't really step up to the plate.
Okay, who's
Miggy
the
needs to
Tiger
work on
MVP?
being dad of the year
Who's
before
Tiger?
Who's
anything
the
else.
Tigers MVP?
Oh man,
No one.
it has to be.
No, it doesn't have
You
to
have-
be.
no,
No,
you-
it does not have to be.
Yes, you do. They give that award every year. So it has to be somebody.
Wait a minute, your baseball writer brethren
Who's
can say there is no Tiger worthy of it this year.
Yeah, who's that? Who's that? Who's
They
that
even
guy
did when they
got,
lost 116. So
They took from Tampa Bay. They picked up who's our center field. Dang it, he played center field for us. He was terrible, but
That's your MVP?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't remember his
think
freaking
of-
name.
right.
Exactly.
Random dude.
Smack. Who's MVP then?
He was a starter.
I really don't know.
Castellanos actually hit okay. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I still would have given it to J.D. Martinez, even though they traded him like at the beginning of the year.
Oh wow.
Because he had a wonderful season for Arizona.
That's
Yeah,
a tough one.
I know. I'm just trying to think
A
of
team that does not deserve one, but you got to give him MVP
I
to
would
somebody.
say, you know what? We just don't
Leave
do
it
this year.
blank.
Leave it blank.
But for argument's sake,
For argument's sake, man, I might go McCann. I don't know, honestly. A kid who improved a little bit more at catcher and had a good
show
bat.
some leadership. Tried
Exactly.
to help
I might go with
others.
McCann. I don't know.
Come on, Smack. Come up with something. Don't
I-
just look there like a fool.
Oh,
Give us
Mikey,
something.
Mikey Matuk was that name I was thinking about.
Oh,
Not-
my took.
but-
Matuk.
because he
Matuk.
was a hustler out there, but I'm going to go with McCann.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with McCann.
I mean, just for argument's sake, I like your argument for McCann.
Oh, so you finally come up with
I-
somebody.
Well, it's hard to find one, but I mean,
Thank you.
My Lord, we had to wait all day for that.
But leave it up to me. Be like,
it's like pulling your
with you.
tonsils out.
well,
Smack.
mean-
Smack.
when this team is that bad, it is that bad.
Smack don't want to give it
I mean,
up.
we might have really had to look at some bullpen pitching to maybe get it. Really, we sat down and looked. But I'll take that young catcher who I think is going to be a nice step up for the Tigers. So,
I'm gonna give the MVP to Al Avila
oh my God,
for firing Brad Osmus finally.
Why didn't he fire himself on the way out? Then he would have got the MVP.
Sorry.
Yeah,
He's just got to accumulate young talent.
that's it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the MVP is Gottheimer now. No matter, he's
Who is the most valuable Tiger for an other team? J.D. Martinez or Justin Verlander?
yeah,
I
Verlander.
mean, it has to be Verlander.
Yeah.
He won
They
the
won.
title.
Was it
He didn't win the title game.
a dick move
No, but he-
that Verlander wasn't at the parade?
It all depends on what Mama was saying.
Well, Mama was saying you're marrying me.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
with that money, if it was me, it would not have been a dick move because I couldn't move the venue. I couldn't get another plane ticket to go there a week later because it would have cost too much.
Get a private plane.
Yeah.
Listen, I said if it had been me, it would not have been a dick move.
But with him, who could get a private plane, or he could afford the $75 change fee and plus whatever it is to switch it over there, he could have paid
Right, but what
for
about
it.
the guests? Maybe that was a really small window that some of the important guests could be there, and there was no other time. Even money wasn't a factor. Like, whatever they had, some sort of appointment or some job obligation, and that was it. We can be here on this weekend and no
All right.
other weekend.
Why even schedule it during the frickin' baseball season?
Well, it was after the baseball season.
Not really. It was the postseason was going because he probably scheduled when he was with the Tigers and knew there was no frickin' chance for him to go there. So he said it.
Right.
Yep.
So my opinion is when the playoffs hit,
Well,
I
he
got played
made
with-
every playoff game. He just didn't make the parade.
well, and that's part of the team. That's the team when you're supposed to do that. And my opinion is when playoffs hit,
it
you got to tell
goes
your
back.
wife, hey babe,
You should never, in the first place, get married in the fall.
or while you're playing a professional sport.
Right. You got to look at the calendar.
Yeah.
Game
There's a
7.
chance.
Well, he probably thought, well, I'll win game 6, so this won't be a factor.
Oh, there you go. Had the parade the day before. He'd have been all good.
Right. But, maybe Mama's putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, with the
I
big
want
old
this
boobies
day,
of theirs.
you're going to leave on this day, and that's it. Maybe he doesn't wear the pants in the family.
Well, I mean, I might let her make a couple decisions.
Some of those release pictures show he doesn't wear pants at all sometimes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah, they
Oh.
showed some.
What
funny
if
pictures.
Kate Upton told you had to be here on this day no matter what?
We're talking about the
You
real Kate
you
Upton.
can- you can-
I would
Real
say-
one.
I would say yes, not a problem. I will be there.
It's kind of hard to say no to
but
her.
now listen, am I a professional baseball player? Or am I just Ryan the freaking turd sandwich?
You're Ryan the Turd.
Yeah, I will be there. I will carry her down the aisle, whatever she needs to do. And
But also in his defense, he's a Johnny-come-lately to the team. He hasn't been with the team the whole time, and this is a celebratory situation. He did his job.
Cameron Maybin was there.
He was a mercenary. They brought him in to win those games and get the title. Done.
Cameron Maybin was there.
Did he get married?
No, but he was
All right,
there,
then.
part of the team. Part of the team.
Didn't get married.
No.
Didn't get married to Kate Upton.
No, not to Kate
I
Upton.
forgive him for, if you're going to get married to Kate Upton, everything else is off the
He
table.
could have came to the parade, said hi, got the private jet, flew to the wedding real quick.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, at least he didn't schedule the wedding during the World Series.
Yeah.
So he missed the parade.
oh,
Yeah.
Hey, now what if he did and had to push it a little bit more?
Then that's a dick move. But you missed the parade.
But
Whoop-de-doo.
that's part of the. I'm with
What?
it. Whatever.
No, because for the fans, the parade is a major part of a championship.
So do you think they really missed Justin Verlander?
Well, how many-
They had Altuve there. They had Correa. They had all these other dudes. They were there.
They wouldn't mind seeing it, but how many Houston fans would have said, "Well, they won though, but this piece of shit really wasn't here for us." That was
I don't think many.
They're celebrating
Yeah.
a victory. Look, Houston has gone through so much. The floods, the hurricanes, all that kind of stuff. Gators going up and down the way. Their team won the World Series. Do you really think they were thinking about Justin
no.
Verlander?
You're probably right, but I guarantee there's a couple little because everyone in the world has to bitch about something. There's a couple of people out there who were. That's what they had to
If
find
they're
something.
they're bitching that insurance did not cover my house being destroyed. They're not thinking about Justin Verlander.
I guarantee there was a couple who were crying about it. Just to hear their own self talk.
Well, let them cry.
It was legitimate, too. It's not like he just didn't show up. You know.
Like Terry said, going to get married to Kate Upton. I mean, that's a hell of a trophy. I mean, that's
Pretty good
that's
right
pretty
there.
nice. Not bad.
Like I said, we don't know how strong Mama is. If she's saying you got to do this on this date, do you say no?
Well, it's the power of the
Of
power
what?
power of the
Of the not butt.
not the anal. You know, I don't know.
Power of the not butt.
Yeah, the power of that.
So I've been told her family is from Michigan,
Yes.
and and she's heir to the Whirlpool company.
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
So he
pretty
traded up
strong.
in a lot of ways.
Well, they should have got married up in Traverse City instead of Italy.
yeah,
Up in the wine country,
at the Grand Traverse.
right?
Italy's probably pretty sweet though, I bet.
Now, if you had any amount of money and you're getting married again, get married anywhere. Because I know some people are getting married, they're going down to the Bahamas.
Okay.
Where would you get married? Can't be in Metro Detroit.
No, I almost want to throw out the name I threw about the money before of Maui, but yeah, I mean, I'm a Hawaii kind of fan. Somewhere in Hawaii, I probably would for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
On
Hawaii's
your private
beautiful.
island?
Oh yeah, or just Maui-ish. I don't know. I've been to Maui and Honolulu. That's one.
Maui's
but
great.
Maui was beautiful, and I don't know. Probably
You know,
somewhere like
you
that.
should get married on the Big Island, right by the volcano.
Oh, yeah.
At night and all
Diamond
the
Head,
fire
right
coming
over-
down. Right. That's where you should get married.
Pouring down. There we go.
Liquid hot magma.
Joe versus the
Yeah.
volcano.
And Smack should get married in Watts.
Why Watts?
I don't know.
No.
Thought it'd be nice.
No. I like Hawaii, but you know what? I would say Dubai.
Why Dubai?
I just love the architecture in Dubai.
Oh God, it's so hot there, man.
Okay, it's 30-something degrees here.
Yeah, I didn't say get married in the winter, dude. Get married in the summer, where it's beautiful here.
Well, you said not in Metro Detroit.
I know, but Dubai,
It's
really?
not that hot.
In the summer, it's not.
I mean, it's like 135.
Oh, 135.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that's not, no.
Who yesterday,
Air conditioning.
the girlfriend and her daughters and one of her friends who's an amateur photographer, we all went out to Stony Creek in the park to take photographs, just some family photographs for them. There was a wedding party there, like outside. It's 30 degrees
It's
out,
cold.
and they had chairs set up, and they got a generator running so they could have a DJ or something. And everyone who's shown up is just in winter jackets. Like one woman had a whole fur coat on and everything. What do you think? Like the gamble alone, like you're lucky it wasn't raining, let alone just being 30
snowing.
degrees.
Would you go
Hell no.
show up to that part? Or just-
No.
Yeah, I'd be a little bummed
I
on
catch
that one.
you at the
Stony
church,
Creek?
baby. That's it.
I'll be at the drink part after. Yeah, we're good there.
I'm good, thank you.
Now the weirdest wedding party. Now they just took pictures. Have you ever been to Hell, Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I went to Hell, Michigan. They have a nice ice cream place there. I took
Okay.
the kids there. There's a wedding party taking the photos in that little river or stream or whatever it was. I mean, these girls have on their gowns and everything. They're all messed up and muddy and all this kind of stuff. Their shoes are messed up. They're sitting in there taking the wedding pictures in Hell, Michigan. I would have skipped that. I don't want my tux all messed
Now
up.
let me ask you boys here, because back in the day, especially when you were going to a wedding, you were alone. There was nothing better than that. And you guys ever got with a bridesmaid or anything?
I did.
Yeah,
got
my
with-
man T.
I got
Foss.
with-
My man T. Foss.
It was the bride's sister.
I swear you were just going to say the bride.
No, but no, serious square. I've been to like 3 or 4 weddings where I've been with the bride at some point.
Oh man!
Wow.
And
Does the person getting married?
no,
know?
they don't know.
So he doesn't know you guys are Eskimo brothers.
No.
So that's awesome. You're
We don't
giggling in your
know.
head the whole
Actually,
time.
And
I've been to
I
a
kind
wedding where
of
they knew.
had that look on my face, like just for a second, like, yeah, I got with that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bad choice, brother. And I remember when I got married, there was this girl that was there, and she had that stupid look on her face, and I said, "Oh, I know what you're thinking. You got with the groom."
Oh, nice.
I know that look.
Yep, nice.
What about you, Smack? Have you ever?
I mean, there was one wedding where me and the bride were together back in the day, and the husband found out that day.
Oh man!
Gee, did he hit you?
No,
Smack him.
I had backup. So
Okay.
I've had a couple wedding hookups in my day.
Really?
It was fun. You know,
It is fun.
early
Fun.
20s, man. It was a riot.
Yep.
No problem.
I think wedding party sex is really, really, really good.
Oh fuck.
Because you're getting drunk, you got the whole weekend to mess around. You stay in a hotel.
I'll say,
room.
especially if you have a hotel room after,
Right.
right? Oof.
Yeah, you know, you can be with her for as little or as long as you want to.
right.
I'm all in favor of wedding party sex.
Oh, and you gotta take too much shit off. Most of you just pop
Right.
that dress right up.
Right.
Right.
Unless, you know, sometimes the bride does not pick the finest
Oh.
bridesmaids.
Oh, no.
And you leave that alone.
No.
Because sometimes the bride wants
No.
to look really, really, really good.
Right.
So she gets these toads as
Hey,
bridesmaids.
on that scenario, man, you just
You check out
you just
early at
yeah,
the
man, you
reception,
just you
be
just
like,
you just drink a shitload and you call yourself name.
Gotta go.
Something different.
or
I'm
you
Chris.
find somebody else who's attending the wedding.
Well, of course, you're
Because,
trying to.
because you know what? Bridesmaid dresses are so hideous, they make women look uglier than they actually are.
Some. There's some that also
There's
you're
a
like,
lot.
God damn, that she looks good.
And
There's
you put
some.
on that dress, oh man.
Now, there's also
Yeah,
one. You're
that-
right. There's always the one I'm sitting there. You're looking around of the stuff in the audience, right? You're going, holy. Yep. Okay, this is gonna be a fun wedding.
Yeah.
That's what you're at the church part.
Get that buckberry juice flowing.
Pour that eye candy out.
Get them drunk and everything.
have a good
Hey,
time
folks,
here.
we want to remind you, you're listening to the Terry Foster broadcast here with the Smack, JD the Smack, Ryan, and andE.Lund. And I want to ask you, if you go to terryfoster.blog, we have a donation button there. And we wonder if you could press that. I want to help pay these guys, and also want to raise some money for charity. I want to donate some money to Heart to Heart, which is an organization that feeds the homeless in downtown Detroit and surrounding areas. They also pass out gloves, socks. We've helped them with a blanket drive and coats and everything, because it's really, really, really cold out there. So Heart to Heart does a very good job. So I'd like to donate to them. It's a group I've been working with about 3 years. And the other one is Enchanted Barn with my pal Melissa. Melissa saves animals. She has them in her barn, including a 3-legged llama, well, I think has a peg leg or something. But she's got no deer, but she's got dogs, and she saved rescued a 500-pound pig in Detroit. And the pig is still around, so a whole lot. Still alive, no bacon. Not going to do bacon. And the other part of it is she gets kids from the inner city, and I think adults from the inner city, that take care of the animals and do things like feed them, bathe them, do whatever they do. And her philosophy is, if you can take care of an animal and love it and care for it, you're more likely not to appear before a judge with some type of charge. So Heart to Heart, Enchanted Barn, and for these fellas too, we appreciate it if you press the donation button and give as little or as much as you like at terryfoster.blog. And this is the Terry Foster Podcast.
Peace out.